Like
the problem
no
is?
one was trying to turn it up. Like
It's
I
because
can't. I
LeBron's
can't say
soft,
no one.
so this generation is soft.
All right,
LeBron is no. He's the spearhead. He's the top of the. Listen,
it's not his job anymore. He's in 21. He's supposed to coast.
it doesn't matter.
It's too late.
He set a bad example. He set a bad example.
Nah, because I want to get to what we do, Paul.
There's no bridge
Whose
between.
job is it now, though, Paul? I know you want to go in. Whose job is it in the NBA hierarchy now to walk in the locker room at halftime and say, "All right, now let's get it now. All right, now second half, let's get it now."
Honestly, I would say Giannis. I know you.
It's supposed to be
Giannis' job.
Yeah,
it's Giannis' job. This is actually my problem with Giannis. Okay, there is no. I was about to curse. There's no reason that Giannis is not the best player in the world, and the reason actually being
say this, y'all kept
the reason actually being, and this is all love and respect. He's the second best player in the league right now because he comes out and says things like, "What am I supposed to do?" Or he doesn't get out there.
He's the third.
No.
Behind Joel
and Jokic. I'm sorry, I can't. After what Giannis said and what he demonstrated last week, I can't have him in my top two, bro. I can't. You can't be a top two player. You can't be a top two player and admit to me that you don't watch basketball, bro. What?
Let me tell you, if Joel Embiid,
that's very crazy, but I really do think he's trolling. There's no way, bro.
He has to be. He's
a very straightforward person, bro.
He's nice enough to not watch and go out there and like ball out and
but
play good defense.
He also said he doesn't even watch film or nothing. Like that's impossible. If you gotta watch film, they have meetings on.
They're gonna make you. They're going to make you.
Paul, respond to this. Because I've heard you many years talk about Giannis is the best player. Respond to this.
Mm-hmm. I think Jokic is now though. Well, go ahead.
Giannis, the reason why his brand popped off a few years ago the way it did is because and the character that Giannis likes to assume for himself in the league right now is like, I'm of the old cloth. I don't work out with players. He gave that whole speech. I'm not, I'm not the most talented, but what people don't have over me is I'm obsessive. I work at this harder than anybody.
Are you
I'm
trying
not
to
as
do a
athletic.
Giannis accent right now?
No, I'm just saying, like he tries to be that guy, right? Like the like I'm of the old ilk. He tries to hold himself out as like the highest ranking last Mamba disciple in the league, right? Like of that competitive nature.
I mean,
but this is now he's not. It's Cap, and I'm calling it right now.
He's not the highest ranking. He's not the highest ranking.
He's not a disciple. He's not. I'm taking his
card.
Oh
no!
I'm taking his
That's
card.
Wild. That's why
I'm taking his card. You know why?
Paul, put that on the banner.
I'm taking his card because one, it's two comments. One, when you said there is no failure,
that was crazy.
When you said there's no failure in sports, that was a strike. That was a strike on his card.
Did he even jack? I was like, wait, Pharaoh, did he jack? Did he jack? He had a card.
He did.
Yes,
nah, he did.
Absolutely.
He very much did, bro.
When he said there's no failure in sports, that was a strike on his card. When he said, I don't watch basketball, I'm pulling it, bro. Because you don't love it. I don't see no one out there that like loves the game like that. And like wants to be like and has the competitiveness amongst the peers. Like Giannis has never called himself the best player in the world. That was a strike. You know who did this weekend?
Tatum.
It's a fact.
Your boy,
but I don't even like how he said it because he felt hesitant with it.
Because
like
he knows he's not. That's why.
I didn't even catch the statement. What did he say? What did he say exactly? I didn't catch the statement.
Malika Andrews put him right in the spot. He said, "Yo, you've mentioned in past years. You said Giannis was the best. You've given love to Jokic. Like, who do you think is the best player in the NBA right now?" He said, First, he started with all love to everyone else. Before answering the question, he gave mad love to everyone else. And then he goes, but you know, I would have to say, you would have to say,
no.
I would have to say myself. Like that's where I'm carrying.
But he said it so light skinned too.
He folded in front of Malika Andrews. He didn't really believe that.
So Paul answered.
No, Malika be putting people on game to just set themselves up.
Not as much as Taylor, but that's another conversation.
Taylor Rook too.
Paul, get to what the fans want to hear. We talked about young faces. We talked about Ant. Mm-hmm. We know who is missing this year, who might have turned it up, and young Ja.
You want to just
young
comment?
Ja.
Ja.
You think so?
I don't know. Ja would have turned it up. Ja would have turned it up.
Ja would have,
because Ja is actually like that, and Ja is actually a disciple, and we don't talk about it enough. He has Kobe stuff tatted on his back. Ja is like that. He gets testy with his peers. He doesn't get testy for the camera. He doesn't get testy. He came in the interview and everyone clowns him for the we are in the West, but I liked that energy.
I did like that energy, you're right. But I also specifically remember him talking about the dunk. I mean, I know it's not the All-Star game, but he talked about the dunk contest.
Yes,
it was just like, no, but didn't he say like it's not really a goal of mine? Like if I want to do it, I'll do it. Or am I thinking somebody else?
I think that was
Zion. Zion, maybe.
Zion
said that. Ja teased it after
up.
Okay.
Ja is testy with his peers. He
Ja's messing the money up.
To go at his peers, and we needed more of that energy, right? But so Ja wasn't there, and Jokic, Giannis, Luka. That's how y'all. That's who y'all said could be the face of the league, right? That's who y'all said was in the MVP conversations, right? Paul, what did they show us about that class of NBA players to All-Star Weekend this year?
Man,
what did they show us?
That they don't care about the brand. They don't care about the NBA. They like basketball.
You think
they're there?
It's a job. Let him cook. Let him cook.
You know what I mean? My thing is this, right? I don't want to be irrationally biased and act like these guys are not as great as they are, but as great as they are, they kind of hold the league back in a way with their lack of like passion and drive for the brand. And it holds the league back to an extent. Like, and the only thing that could save it in a way is if a guy like Jokic wins multiple chips, where he's just so great, where it's like, man, we gotta watch the Nuggets because this guy and this team is different. Kind of like the Warriors and Stephen Curry. So it has to get to that point. Now Curry embraced the brand a lot more. But he's eventually started to do that when people started to really push him up there. Jokic, he's gonna have to win a lot more than Curry did in order to, get that swagger in the eyes of the fans, and it hurts the brand. I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt the brand. Luka and Jokic, they disrespected the game with their performance in the All-Star game. This man Luka was underneath the rim and missed the lift. Like I know, like literally underneath the rim and missed the lift.
It was their just demeanor, like they like.
It was a break, like Alan said, it was an all-star break. It wasn't an all-star game; it was an all-star break.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. And I'm telling you, Adam Silver, you got to do something. Is because the
Can
NFL.
I propose something?
Maybe quick. The NFL is still a more popular sport, but nobody watches a Pro Bowl. They could take away pads. They could make a flag football. Nobody cares about the Pro Bowl.
That's a fact.
Do something, because last year I still had some hope that there would be some competition. This year I came into it expecting no competition, and it didn't happen. So now fans are expecting this to be a trash event.
So let me propose an angle to this, and then I'm going to segue into my man Levy Chin's questions, because they're actually where I want to go with this. I think what also has been revealed is the reason behind one of the points we talked about with when will this era actually begin and when will the last era stop. I now know why it's been one-off championships the last few years, and there's no one who looks like they're about to put together a run. Why Giannis hasn't been able to put together a run. Why I personally doubt whether the Nuggets will put together a run, and why I don't know if this group of superstars, the Joel, Jokic, AD, Luka superstars, I don't know why they can do, because I don't think they're obsessive about it.
They're not.
I think Giannis's comments about failure told me that it didn't eat at him that he didn't repeat or even get back to the finals. It did, same thing with Jokic. Like, I think they play every year and they treat it like a sport. Like, we're going to do our best and the goal is to win a championship. But if we don't win, we go home, enjoy our families, and we come back and try again. I don't think anyone is out here like in their mindset, like, no, I'm trying to win X number of rings. No, I want to win more rings than this guy. and this guy. I don't think there is and this sounds like an old head point, and people are gonna say like they're gonna tie this to like the old LeBron criticism about AAU basketball. I don't think it comes from that. I just think in terms of internal how they're made up, I don't think that class of superstars cares about comparison and internal competition. I don't.
Do you want to know why?
I don't. Let me land. I don't think Jokic cares where he ranks as opposed to Giannis, AD, or Luka. I don't think Giannis cares. I don't think Luka cares. I don't think these guys care about competing with their peers. And
Wait, say those names again. Say those names again.
Giannis, Luka, Jokic. I don't think any of those
common
guys.
Denominator?
Well, yes.
There you go.
That's where we're gonna go.
Y'all called me crazy for saying that weeks ago.
Here's what I think the underlying is, and let's. I'm gonna turn this to y'all. You know why? I think that and RJ says they don't have adoration for NBA culture. I don't know if that they don't have adoration for NBA culture, because I think they do have adoration for NBA legends and moments, and I think they want to have similar moments. Mm-hmm. But think about their basketball upbringing. In America, what do we do to players from second grade?
Give them a position.
That's a fact.
We rank them. ESPN has a top 100. ESPN has a top 100 ranking for the class of 2037 right now. For the class of 2037, there is an ESPN top 100 ranking today. Right? If you watch any player interviews on Player Podcasts, what do they talk about when they talk about coming up? They talk about their motivation coming from the newspaper rankings, and this gets to the media instigation, right? From young, players are compared to their peer group, and their motivation comes from my opportunities may be determined by how this external force views me in comparison to my peers, right? The one and done, part of what the drawback of that is, if I'm a lit freshman and I can guarantee myself a top 10 ranking, it is what it is. No one cares to compete against their peers at the college level, right? If we both go lottery, all right, it is what it is. I don't think people care about going number one anymore. Mm-mm. I don't think people care about going top 3, because they look at guys like Steph and them that like pop out of whatever. They just want to get drafted, get to the league. And then when they get to the league, they don't care about being prepared. In Europe, they don't have that. In Europe, these guys are going pro at 16. Mm-hmm. They're getting validated earlier. There is no, and when they do that, in terms of comparison to their peers, they're already better than everyone. If I'm a pro at 16, I already know I'm the best of my peer group in my country. Clearly, I'm on the pro team. I'm on the Olympic team. I'm on the FIBA team at 16. Obviously, I'm the best. So when they come to the league, they're coming in having already got the affirmation of being the best of their peer group. They don't have any continuing drive, no chip on their shoulder to prove. Now, Giannis, and this is why I say it's cap. Giannis likes to run with the narrative of a chip on his shoulder because he wasn't highly touted. He comes from humble beginnings. But I think once he's made it, he's got his MVPs, he's got his DPOIs, he's got his chips. I don't see him fighting for respect in the league anymore.
Let me counter that a little bit.
And you know what? And you know why? I'm gonna land on these 2 points. He's not fighting for respect, and you know why? And I think he's had several weird moments in regular seasons that show that he's not respected. When Montrezl Harrell took the ball from him and they put that ladder under the rim and said, "No, you're not gonna practice here." That was a lack of respect.
Yes, it was.
That was a lack. That was a disrespect.
What the Pacers did.
What the Pacers did, the way he had to get out of character to get his ball, that was a lack of respect. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I think these European players, they don't feel the need to fight for respect from their peers. They don't have the respect of their peers outside of their skill. Everyone's gonna know, hey, all right, he's nice, but in terms of Hooper culture, there's no respect because they don't compete. And RJ's right. The media has taken the cue from the players. The players don't like they didn't like that they were getting pitted against each other anymore. And so the media has backed off from it. And now all NBA media is individual critique. We're going to talk about what this player should be and whether they are or not, but we don't compare them.
Kevin Durant.
Evan Durant.
To that, y'all say what? I blame
LeBron James.
We gotta stop. We have to stop.
You gotta explain that.
I agree. I agree. No. For real. Let me say this, and I agree with everything you just said. There needs to be comparisons again, but there is for years, and it comes from a toxic culture of casuals, and it comes from the media where guys who were known as like, I'm going to go out and go get it, were almost sort of demonized. They were made fun of, really. Like people like James Harden saying like, I am the system. Everyone dragged him. That's the energy. I am the mother, I am the system. All right. I'm the guy that gets the wins going. Russell Westbrook going 115%. That was demonized in the media, but that's what you need, right? The media made it for years. It became, we don't care that LeBron James has lost more than every other superstar in the top 5. We don't care about that. His individual stats are what we care about. That's what makes him the best player. That's what we need to make the comparisons on. And it's stupid. It's man, this has got me so hot. It's effing stupid. All right. It's so stupid. It's so stupid because how is this at the end of a game? Guess what happens? Somebody wins and somebody loses.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have a culture that says losing doesn't matter. Then why are we playing?
Preach.
But see, I think that's a separate
This is
point.
stupid.
But I think that's a separate point that what Farrell was talking about. Giannis Farrell had that. I think he had that chip, but when he got the ring, he felt like because I said it. I think last episode or the episode before last, like Giannis is he's kind of feeling himself a little bit, getting into that star. The current day, the modern day star type of vibe. Because Giannis, like 5 years ago, he's going for that MVP.
I think the chip
fighting
got lifted.
for
He's going for the All-Star MVP.
Fighting for respect. When he was beefing with James, and there was a narrative about the
running and dunking.
Skill,
running and dunking, like that.
He had a point to prove.
Exactly, and he feels like he doesn't have to prove it anymore. Yeah. And that's the sad part because guys like Kobe got 1, got 2, and wanted more.
Yeah,
even LeBron.
That's what.
Even LeBron. Although Andre said what he said, even LeBron, he still wants more.
But that's why I can't put it on Bron because Bron, you can't say that anymore because Bron is playing his 21 year in the league because he still